a.m. Let's get the headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Teos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. We will get to Leroy's game balls and game bums coming on up, as we must. We did not get to do that yesterday. I got to say, vibes as opposed from yesterday to today. I mean, you want to talk about opponent. We had such a good time yesterday.
Yeah.
At Miami Heat Media Day. Did you have a favorite part, Frog Boy? That was your first media day, yeah?
Yes, it was. I think you got to go with the obvious, witnessing up close and personal the domino match.
That was great.
It
wasn't a very valid domino match.
Well, it was valid entertainment. It was valid entertainment. Like,
I know my favorite part was
what?
Toby, you're not gonna do babushka?
Oh,
I can't believe that was what you got me with.
Did you see him turtle up?
Hey, listen, Nico's got very big. One punch.
Oh my goodness! Hey, that was worth it. Like, did you see him turtle up?
What if he cancels me?
You think that's funny to make fun of my mom?
He goes, "Hey man, not cool. How would you like it if I just went, hey, I'm stupid American."
Cheeseburger.
Oh my God. No, but it was fun. He was great too. He's a great interview.
Yeah,
for sure.
Especially where he's it's fun seeing it is one of the things that's fun about seeing guys year after year. It is seeing how they grow up and they get more comfortable in their own skin.
I mean, was he 19 when he got here?
Yeah. Barely get 2 words out of him.
I tried to ask Spo because, like, it's a difference with a guy coming from Europe at 19 after playing 3 years of professional basketball and a guy being one and done in college.
Mm-hmm.
So I was curious, does he because he kind of treats him the same way.
Yeah.
But they're not the same.
They got to go earn it. Is what he was.
I know they got to go earn it, but they're not the same. But man, hey, Nico looked like he's starting to get his man body.
Dude, he was
thick.
Huge.
He wasn't no skinny. He was thick.
Huge.
Yeah, definitely big.
Because we saw him and we saw him in Bam. I mean, Bam's obviously like more muscle. He's 27, but Nico got.
You tell the difference between him and Pella Larson. I know like their age is similar, but like he's had a couple of years in the system already. And you can tell Pella Larson still fresh. Great hair though.
Great hair.
Great hair. I think Pella he'll like when you get a couple of years of only basketball and you ain't hanging out around school and stuff like that. So that means you're working out, you're doing workout specific things to improve your game, right? I think you'll start seeing the change. Because even though Tyler's still skinny as hell, he is more built than he was when he first got into the league.
For sure.
Yeah. Hanging out with Tyler was great. Tyler was having fun with us.
Tyler was having fun.
Yeah.
Talking college football. I was going to ask for his like EA Sports screen name, and I was like, too much.
Too much.
I don't know how he feels. You're going to leak my screen.
You could have had a play date with Harlem Hero and Baby Tadpole.
Oh, I mean, we were talking about
Coco
and Coco Melon.
Yeah, you could have had a Daddy and Me kind of class put together.
I'll try again next time.
He said women are thick, men are swole. But he's not swole.
Yeah, he wasn't swole.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying.
Meat
Stop
on
calling man thick. I don't know. Like, there's like when you see these guys and you've seen them year after year after year, swole is not the word.
Ted, you still there?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
that's about it. I'm kind of with you, Leroy, as far as being patient about all this. But, I mean, I've had season tickets for 28 years. If that ain't patience, I don't know what it is.
That's patient.
I feel like you should give him a standing ovation.
I know.
Thank you for your sacrifice, sir.
And I drive from Orlando for every game.
Oh,
what?
Whoa. You drove from Orlando for that last night?
Yep.
You drove from Tobin's house?
Wow.
That far?
It's probably a good thing I spent Sunday night listening to Hootie and the Blowfish over in Tampa. The Dolphins make me cry.
Yeah. He was good, though, right? You got to say,
Yeah,
he still got it.
He was great. He was great.
Still got it. I saw him on that Saturday.
But, I mean, it's like you said, you got to be patient. I mean, last year, the pantheon of great head coaches in South Florida was the Panthers coach, Spoelstra, and McDaniels.
Yeah.
So it's only a year away. But, I mean, I'm kind of pessimistic about seeing a turnaround with this team as bad as they looked last night.
Listen, I don't, that's the thing, is it's tough when I say it's easier to be pessimistic. I'm not saying people can't be pissed, but most of the time, as a fan, you're going to be wrong. Like, that's just how it is. I mean, unless you're like a bastard Patriots fan from like the 2000s.
It's only one fan base that's right a year.
Yeah, and right now it's just the Chiefs. Everybody else feels like they're banging their head against the wall. Now, the Dolphins are flailing a lot worse than a lot of other franchises are right now. But yeah, man, look, I don't have anything to spin for you, man. It's bad right now.
The thing that's most frustrating to me is this is too early into this process to be this banged up.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you look at a team, and I'm going to use this as an example, look at a team like Houston with a new regime, new coach, and what have you. They have a lot of young talent, then they added veterans to it. But they still have that youth to where they're always going to be relatively healthy. And that's the thing that really, kind of gets me, is that you should have more of an injection of youth into this team to be able to compensate for the old people getting banged up and taking practices off and stuff. It could be used as a period to develop.
The old love
next man up, right? Say it again.
The old love compensation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the thing that would get me more than anything.
All right, Leroy, if you still can.
I can.
We got to gather around the locker room, and Leroy will hand out his game balls and game bums. We'll take a break. Back with more after this. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
Got to check in on the little chipmunk.
What happened with the chipmunk?
Rebecca had a wisdom teeth pulled yesterday.
Oh,
I
no.
thought you were checking on an actual chipmunk.
No, we had a squirrel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, with my house this past week, Sunny Bunny took out a squirrel, so you never know.
Back where I grew up, somebody would cook that thing. Seriously.
So damage is done. Here's where we go. Pro Football Talk yesterday. A Tyreek trade from Dolphins back to Chiefs would not be easy to pull off. And apparently, Tyreek Hill didn't speak to reporters yesterday. He was very visibly upset on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he probably should have had 2 tutties yesterday with any competent quarterback. And I don't mean to pile on Stu Huntley. I know he was coming into a tough situation. Trust me when I tell you, I'm not hosing him. Like, I don't hold him as accountable as I do Skyler a couple weeks ago. Skyler's been in this team for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, you can be upset that a play didn't happen while not saying it's all on Snoop, right? Tyreek's just mad that it didn't happen.
Right.
He's not saying I got a bum quarterback. He's just mad that it didn't happen. And a lot of people are going to take that the wrong way.
But the idea of trading Tyreek Hill back to the Chiefs, like, let's just put on Looneyville hat. There's no way, in good faith as a general manager, I couldn't respect Chris Greer if you traded him back to the Chiefs. I literally would trade him anywhere. I would trade him to the Bills before I would trade him back to the Chiefs. You can't do it.
The Bills, though?
You can't do it. Okay. You can't do it.
That's right.
The damage is done, my friend.
It's true.
I don't want to hear it.
Damage is done.
We all had our funsies. Back-to-back record-breaking seasons. Meanwhile, the Chiefs kept winning Super Bowls. Now you're going to go give them back? Man. And they got the Super Bowls?
Imagine.
And they got Worthy?
No, I can't allow this. I won't allow this to stand. In fact, Chris Greer, you might as well just hand in your resignation if you were to ever do that. Honestly.
Not really, for sure.
Honestly.
For sure.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He looked like somebody who knew he was He looked a little nervous yesterday. Like he's like, I gotta go talk to Mr. Ross. They show Chris Greer on television.
Yeah.
He looked a little like,
Nah, I mean, like it's probably the frustration of all of it. But here's the problem. At some point, you're gonna go into one of those meetings, and the owner might say, "I've had enough."
Yep.
Right. One thing I'll say about Stephen Ross, he's very patient. So when he gets to that point, nobody's going to have a problem with it. He's not a spur of the moment type of guy. So yeah, you got to wonder if one of these next meetings is going to be that.
Dolphin Kane says, "I'll accept the resignation." So he's taking a Tyreek Hill straight back to the Chiefs if it means the resignation of Chris Greer. What do you got, Leroy?
All right, so yesterday, my daughter went and got her wisdom teeth pulled, and she came home, and she was miserable.
Oof.
And usually when you call the doctor or the dentist, they say, yeah, we had to get up in there, right? More than we thought. So she might be experiencing a little extra discomfort, right? It happened to me with my knee surgery. Like he said, oh, we had to do a lot more than we thought. So you might have a little more fluid in your leg than I would say, oh, that's why it don't bend. So I would say,
are they allowed to do that? Are they allowed to just take liberties and be like, we got to do more?
Well, because especially when you get a knee scope or you get something done to your knee, or like I had a meniscus cleaned out, if there's other stuff in the area, they clean that also. But what happens is it takes more time. When you have more time, it creates more swelling. And so that's why it happens. But to these doctors that say these things in general, I would just like to say to you, like, too late. It hurts like hell. Like I get you want to explain why, but the damage is done. The person's in pain. Just let it be. Just say, yeah, you're going to experience some pain. Holy smokes. I got a chipmunk in the house. Although she is feeling better.
That's good. We hope Snitchy has a quick recovery.
She still looks like she's housing nuts for the winter.
Frog Boy?
My damages done goes to none other than CTESPN reporter himself, Antonio Brown.
Is Antonio Brown really running that Twitter account? Because some people have said that he sold his Twitter account and that it's just a troll account now. I don't know.
I think that's too smart for him.
Really? All right, fair. That's fair.
I feel
that's
like
totally fair.
To capitalize off that would require some deep thinking. I'm not sure he wants to do at the moment. I won't say he's not capable of it, but anyway, he's back in the headlines as he normally tries to be with these controversial tweets. This time specifically, this one is aimed at Travis Kelce.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm always one for Travis Kelce slander. I mean, did you see they're giving him a game show? Are you kidding me, dude?
Is he getting a game show?
This guy's getting a game show before me?
Nothing's gonna make Frogboy more upset than that.
Gosh,
he's a lot more famous than you, though.
Well, but I'm me.
But you have the you know the true code of the game show.
I've served my time.
Who are your top game show hosts of all time? Like, who did you really look up to? Bob Barker?
Loved Bob Barker, but it was more of his swag. That skinny Mike, oof, pretty good. Drew Carey hasn't really been the same. Steve Harvey, good.
Well,
big fan of.
Yeah, not at pageants though. He's
not at pageants. No, Family Feud though. Let them know how it is.
Oh, it's hilarious. Family Feud is hilarious.
Family Feud is great.
Pretty good. Then me, probably me. Yeah,
wow.
Wow, you put yourself on the list.
Yeah,
ahead of Alex Trebek.
I don't make the rules, guys. I just follow what the people are saying, more or less. But nonetheless, game show. Can't believe it. Are you smarter than a celebrity? That's it's like, are you smarter than a fifth grader? But they need celebrities because they don't have a real host like me to really draw the audience in.
Interesting.
Let's hope
anyway,
get Antonio Brown on it.
Antonio Brown, unfortunately, posted a graphic tweet in regards to Travis Kelce. Unfortunately, again, I'm one for the shenanigans and fun and games, but there's a line you probably shouldn't cross. This tweet says Travis Kelce needs some blank bro washed, and those blanks are referring to the race of his girlfriend Taylor Swift and how he should probably switch it up because that must be leading to his less than favorable play. To me, I think Antonio Brown, we've had enough of your crap, dude. Anything that you tweet now is just a cry for help at this point.
It's also got pretty good for him since he started dating Taylor Swift. I mean, he did win the Super Bowl. He got $100 million podcast deal.
Got a new show coming out.
Literally is just doing the football for funsies now. He doesn't need to do it.
I'm all for Travis Kelce slander, but this isn't the way to do it. No one listens to you. You're the boy who cried CTE. Antonio Brown, the damage is done, my friend.
Damage is done, my friend.
I would like to do a Maury Povich episode where Antonio Brown is just confronted by all the people he stiffed on money.
Oh, man.
Because there's some really crazy stories out there
So
about that.
many different things.
Like, how did you not? But also, like, how did once you know it's Antonio Brown, you got to get that up front. Like, after a certain point.
Yeah, definitely after a while, your reputation has to precede you,
Man.
Still waiting.
That's damage is done. Take a break. Get to a lot more here on the other side. If you do want to get into the Dolphins,